How's it going, everyone? Long time no see. My name is Mr. Maldator. We're going to have my first Modern Warfare 3 post here. It's what is the name of this map? That's going to take me some getting used to. I don't know if I'm ever going to get. There's a lot of maps. It's they're all pretty good though. I mean, the only one that I kind of have a problem with is Dome. I've only played it a couple times, but it seems really small. And I mean, it's good for fast-paced gameplay, but I don't really like the super hectic game. Yeah, so far my favorite gun is the M4A1, which I really didn't expect because, you know, it's the first gun you get besides, you know, the M16 and the UMP and the MP5. I didn't even bother with the MP5, and the UMP I only used as the default class until I got my custom classes. But yeah, the game's pretty damn fun. I mean, even in standard definition, the game looks really nice. I mean, it's in this video standard definition recorded looks at least as good as Black Ops did at high definition when I was playing. I mean, that's probably a little bit of an overstatement, but you know, looking at the not the full screen, but it looks pretty dang good. It's fast-paced, but you know, it does get its moments where it slows down because it is a new game. People are sitting in corners or, you know, moving really slow around the maps because they don't know them. I'm not really that type of player. I just like to run around until I find the right routes. And you know, at the beginning of the game, I found some good routes. I got some good positioning on some people, and then I got a spot where, you know, I got out of the flow and started dying because I just, you know, I was in the wrong place, wasn't aiming good like that. That was horrible aim. One thing I do have to tell you for sure is the sensitivity settings on this. You're going to want to bump it up a little bit higher than you did in Black Ops for sure and Modern Warfare, because I put it on 8 when I started playing because that's what I was running on Black Ops, and it felt more like 6. So I went ahead and jumped it up to 10. Of course, you know, I'm not going to be able to go any higher than that, but I was on 10 at this point. I mean, and you can see it snaps really good, you know, as you would expect a Call of Duty game too. But it didn't feel overly, you know, quick. I didn't have any problems like swinging past somebody like you normally would if you jumped your sensitivity up a couple points, you know, without, you know, working your way up. You know, that there are times where you put shots into somebody and it doesn't seem like it's really registering. Of course, that's going to be, you know, typical for your peer-to-peer networking. You know, you're not going to be able to get really crisp, like right on shots registering. But even on server base, I mean, in Battlefield and stuff like that, you still have times where you're putting shots into somebody and it's not registering, but it's not on their end. I don't know how to explain it really, but you know, it's a few times, you know, a couple times a match, you know, every so often there's a match where it kind of is prevalent for me. I do run on DSL, so I don't have a great connection, so you know, I'm kind of used to having issues with some hit detection. I mean, if I could get used to it on Black Ops, this game's not going to be a problem. You know, if you got the game, let me know what you think of it. I mean, I like it. It's you know, I like Black Ops 2, so I'm not hard to please when it comes to a first-person shooter, as long as the controls are quick, the guns, you know, are, you know, pretty even, pretty balanced. I mean, I'm using the M4A1. I'm running into people that are running, you know, the UMP, the SCAR. There's not very many people that are very high level that have higher guns unlocked. I do not like the CM901. Maybe it was just the game I was in. I couldn't get anything to go with it. I mean, I was putting shots into people and it just wouldn't do anything. I'm sure it's a good gun. I'll probably give it another try later because I kind of felt the same way about the SCAR at first, but I went back to it. You know, I've been playing with it for a few levels now, and you know, it's not as bad as I originally thought it was. Probably the same deal as the CM901. It's, you know, I kind of started out using it on a match that just, you know, I was not getting the best hit detection. It's kind of a long game. It almost went 9 minutes. This is one of the bigger maps. It's got a lot of turns and buildings, but even with people playing a little bit more campy, as it is a new game, there aren't a whole lot of campers. It's not as bad as people were making it out to be. You know, there's a few people that were really bashing the game. I mean, I really like watching NASA One, his videos, but he was complaining about the game. I mean, he's talking about how people were sitting in corners and whatnot and whatever. He plays on the Xbox 360, and in my experience with every Modern Warfare, with every game I've played on the Xbox and the PS3, I've run into more campers on the Xbox. Now that's probably because, you know, you don't have free accounts. You can't just start over and just, you know, get all your stats back up to where you think they should be once you get used to the game. It's, you know, that used to be, if you started a new account on the Xbox, you could get a free month of Xbox Live Gold. I tried that recently and it did not happen. I don't know if it's only for a certain amount of time after you get your Xbox or what. But yeah, I'm only getting it for the PS3 right now. I probably shouldn't have got it for the PS3 at this point. Money situations as they were, but you know, I get the games and I play them for the full year that they're out, you know, until the next one comes out. I even was playing Modern Warfare 2 somewhat after Black Ops came out. You know, I kind of would go back to it when I was getting too frustrated with Black Ops, and vice versa. I played Modern Warfare 2 until I got frustrated with the noob tubes and Commando and went back to the Ghost silence users and Black Ops. But there's not a setup I've seen that is prevalent in this game yet. I like running the specialist. I like to just run around and get gun-on-gun games without worrying about my max kill streak. I haven't got it maxed out with all the perks yet, but you know, it's just fun. I still do well. You know, my KD isn't great right now. It's only like a 1.6 or 1.7, but you know, I've gotten 30, just about 30 levels in, and yeah, it's fun. There aren't any big crashes or anything like that. I mean, we had the last game I was playing, the game dropped. I'm guessing because the host dropped out, but I haven't had any major problems like they did with Homefront, where you couldn't get a game. Modern Warfare 2, I didn't really have any issues with that because I didn't get it right away. And then Black Ops, of course, you know, you had a lot of freezing games and stuff like that had happened, but this game, I'm happy to say, is not had any problems. But the game's wrapping up. I think it's 28-9 or something like that. You know, respectable score, not hugely great, but you know, something I feel like I can put up and not be too ashamed of. You know, if you're online or if you're on the PS3 and you want to game with me, go ahead and add my PSN as Maldator. Just shoot me a friend request and I'll accept it and we can game. Anyway, you know, like I said, just let me know what you think about the game, and thanks for watching.